Important announcement from HDFC Bank. A giant interest rate for your fixed deposit that you deposit this month. Enjoy special interest rates based on deposit amount and the government security. Call 0718 800 999. HDFC.
In a few moments, the news.
A giant interest rate for your fixed deposit that you deposit this month. Enjoy special interest rates based on deposit amount and the government security.
This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
The time 8:45 p.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Here's the news edited by Lal Malavarachi and read by Tilani Pires. The debate over the 20th Amendment to the Constitution will be conducted tomorrow. The number of confirmed corona cases stands at 5,685. 2,215 of them are currently under medical care. Evaluation of answer scripts of the scholarship examination will be held from the 22nd to the 27th of this month. The body of Makandure Madush was handed over to his legal wife after the post-mortem. 44,496 school children in the Gampa district will be provided with a nutrition sack. And on news overseas, Israel and Bahrain established formal diplomatic relations. The adjournment debate was held today on the human-elephant conflict. Joining the debate, the State Minister Vimalavira Dissanayake said that 4,600 kilometers of electrified fence has been set up to prevent wild elephants entering human settlement areas. Over 4,000 employees have been deployed to control the human-elephant conflict. Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa presented the Appropriation Draft Bill 2021 in Parliament today. The Parliament was adjourned until 10 a.m. tomorrow. The debate over the 20th Amendment to the Constitution will be conducted tomorrow. Our correspondent, Anjana Lirarachi, has more details on the Parliament proceedings today. We continue with the news. The Colombo Additional Magistrate has ordered the Judicial Medical Officer to hand over the body of Makadure Madush to his legal wife after the post-mortem. The magistrate's inquest of the notorious underworld figure and drug kingpin who was shot dead in a crossfire between police and other suspected underworld figures in Maligavatta this morning was held this evening. The magistrate of the No. 4 Magistrates Court in Hulsdorf, Colombo, inspected the scene and the body. The deceased's wife had identified the body before the magistrate. A team including the Maligavatta OIC is conducting investigations into the deaths. The evidence of the police officers who participated in this operation were presented before the courts. In addition, the Maligavatta police are conducting further investigations into the deaths. Further, the Colombo Crimes Division, CCD, is conducting further investigations into the operation. The CCD is also conducting further investigations after obtaining information regarding a motorcycle that was found at the scene. Commissioner General of Examinations B. Sanat Pujitha says evaluation of answer scripts of the scholarship examination will be held from the 22nd to the 27th of this month. It will be held in 39 centres island-wide except the Gampa district and Kuliapitiya education zone. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
A giant interest rate for your fixed deposit that you deposit this month. Enjoy special interest rates based on deposit amount and the government security. Call 0718 800 999.
Chairman of the Presidential Task Force for Economic Revival and Poverty Alleviation, Basil Rajapaksa, says that the contribution of the provincial councils is needed for the national program to uplift rural economy. He said that the government has no intention of importing any crops that can be cultivated in the country. He mentioned this during a discussion this morning at Temple Trees with provincial governors and all provincial secretaries. That ends local news for now.
An important announcement from HDFC Bank. A giant interest rate for your fixed deposit that you deposit this month. Enjoy special interest rates based on deposit amount and the government security. Call 0718 800 999. HDFC.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Vidya Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vidya Mahatmya.
The program to provide a nutrition sack to 44,496 school children in the Gampaha district affected by the quarantine curfew will commence tomorrow. Students of 245 schools in the district are eligible to receive the nutrition sack that is valued at 965 rupees. The government spends more than 40 million rupees in this regard. The inaugural ceremony will be held tomorrow at the Minuangoda, Vidyavatta and Sri Nagavana Rama Primary School. That came to you on our segment, The Main News Story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vidya Mahatmya.
Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
And on Watch Light tonight, Transport Minister Gamini Lokuge has instructed the Department of Motor Traffic to extend the validity period of driving licenses by 3 months due to the COVID-19 pandemic situation. While issuing an extraordinary gazette notification, the Motor Traffic Department advised extending the validity period of all driving licenses until December 31st. That came to you in Watch Light. Continuing with world news and the headlines first. Israel and Bahrain established formal diplomatic relations. Colorado battles a record-breaking wildfire. Israel and Bahrain have formally established diplomatic relations. The deal brokered by the US was signed in the Bahrain capital Manama on Sunday. For decades, most Arab states have boycotted Israel, insisting they would only establish ties after the Palestinian dispute was settled. Bahrain is now the 4th Arab country in the Middle East after the UAE, Egypt and Jordan to recognize Israel since its founding in 1948. The Cameron Peak wildfire has become the biggest fire in Colorado state history after burning over 200,000 acres. Residents have been forced to evacuate their homes as the firefighters work to keep the blaze contained. The previous record for the largest wildfire in Colorado was set earlier this year and saw 139,000 acres burned. Back to the world news headlines. Israel and Bahrain established formal diplomatic relations. Colorado battles a record-breaking wildfire. That ends World News.
Development News is brought to you by...
My wife always sets a full lunch table, even if it's just the two of us. She always expects people to drop by, like maybe the army.
In whatever we do, we Sri Lankans are always thinking of others. When we get Munchie Super Cream Crackers, they're not just for ourselves. Munchie Super Cream Cracker. Super kiyanne nikan neve.
And on development news, development of infrastructure at Mathale, Vilgamua, Hibiliakada has commenced. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa, who visited the area recently, looked into the development activities in the area. Plans have been made to prepare 110 land deeds for lands utilized by the villagers in the Hibiliakada village. Constructing a new classroom building, housing for teachers and preparing the playground of Hibiliakada Primary School is taking place with the assistance of the army. A water purification plant is being fixed at the Nagavana Rama temple. The army is making plans to renovate Wattegedara and Dodangolla tanks which provide water to 2,000 acres of paddy lands. That's development news.
When Tati bought a new family car, it wasn't just for the four of us.
It's a 10-seater van. Enough for friends and relatives too.
Mummy insisted on building an extra room in our new house. Well, you never know who'll come to stay. We need more pillows too.
When I was studying late, Nangi would come by to help.
No, I don't know physics, but I do know you need a Munchie Super Cream Cracker.
In whatever we do, we Sri Lankans are always thinking of others.
When we get Munchie Super Cream Crackers, they're not just for ourselves.
Munchie Super Cream Cracker. Super kiyanne nikan නෙවෙයි.
Sports News is brought to you by
Munchie Chocolate Cream Biscuit. Chocolate in every bite.
Coming up, sports news. Sports and Youth Affairs Minister Namal Rajapaksa says the Dadella Sports Complex in Galle will be soon upgraded to an international beach volleyball and beach football centre. In fact, the minister has already decided to hand over the Dadella Sports Complex to the Sri Lanka Volleyball Federation, SLVF. The minister has instructed officials to construct a beach volleyball and beach football arena closer to the sea area adjoining the Dadella Sports Complex. The Dadella Sports Complex will also include an indoor stadium and an outdoor playground in addition to a swimming pool. That came to you in sports news.
Hey guys, we've got our very own Queen Bear here to review something for us.
Okay, here we go. Is the right amount of crunch and OMG so much chocolate. The texture is so good. It's creamy and velvety and just so much chocolate. The packaging is super cool and new and there's like so much chocolate. And OMG, the taste, it tastes like so good and there's so much chocolate. Like with every bite. 10 out of 10 for me.
Munchie Chocolate Cream Biscuit. Chocolate in every bite.
Empower your dreams with NSB Wings. NSB Wings. Recharge the high goals.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Lanka Satosa, the country's largest retail network business, announced a host of senior leadership appointments to spearhead its ongoing transformation as it strives to deliver greater value to the nation during this global health and financial crisis. Lanka Satosa also welcomed 4 new deputy general managers, DGMs, to head its human resources, HR, and admin, engineering, information technology, and internal audit functions. That was Business News.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
The wait is over and it's time for you to experience happiness. It's time to remap the graph for success. It's time to rebuild your empire. It's time to initiate your entrepreneur dreams. Empower your dreams with NSB Wings. Get your 2-year personal loan for just 7% per annum, starting from 500,000 rupees to 10 million rupees. All you need is just one guarantee. NSB Wings. Recharge the high goals.
Economic news. Courtesy of
Business Deals, now easy. It just takes a few taps only. Anytime, get it done, all connected. Best discounts with real time. LOLC Real Time. Now download LOLC Finance Real Time app for your LOLC savings account. Attractive interest rates, transactions anytime, anywhere with a zero cost and more benefits.
The Central Bank of Sri Lanka has approved $966 million worth of loans under a relief program for COVID-19 affected businesses, it was reported on Sunday. A total of 61,907 applications for loans under the Saubhagya COVID-19 Renaissance Facility has been approved. That was Economic News.
Hello, Puta, did you land already?
We're in transit and our flight got delayed.
How is Shani? Poor thing with her pregnancy.
Calm down, everything is sorted. Why, I have my LOLC World Card with me. We are at the VIP lounge.
LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
And finally, the weather report. The Met Department says that showers will occur tomorrow at several places in the Western and Sabaragama provinces and in Kandy, Nuwara, Galle and Mathura districts. Gusty winds about 50 kilometers per hour can be expected in Batticaloa, Trincomalee, Mathura and Hambantota districts and in the western slopes of the Central Hills. That was the weather report. And now to conclude the news, here are the main points once again. The debate over the 20th Amendment to the Constitution will be conducted tomorrow. The number of confirmed corona cases stands at 5,685. 2,215 of them are currently under medical care. Evaluation of answer scripts of the scholarship examination will be held from the 22nd to the 27th of this month. The body of Makhandure Madhush was handed over to his legal wife after the post-mortem. 44,496 school children in the Gampar district will be provided with a nutrition sack. And on news overseas, Israel and Bahrain established formal diplomatic relations.